In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to prepare a sermon recorded in Audacity for upload to the website. So in Audacity, the first thing you want to do is open the specific file. So let's open. We're going to use the September 3rd sermon. Before we start trimming anything, we want to convert this from stereo. Let's go to the beginning. From stereo to mono. Right now, it was recorded in stereo, but only on the left side. So if we do a playback here,
we're concluding the book of Mark.
You can see that it's only registering on the left side of our output meter. So we don't want people downloading this sermon or listening to it online through only one side. Like if they're listening to this in their car, that would be really annoying to only have it coming out of the left side. Same thing on your computer. So we're going to convert this to mono, so it will have both sides exactly the same. And to do that, it's pretty simple. We just click here on this audio track, and then we're going to go down to split stereo into mono. It's already has this highlighted. You can see the one that you've highlighted has this yellow border. So now we can actually delete the empty track. And now when we play back, you'll see up here that it will be both.
We're concluding the book of Mark.
So both are registering outputs, and they're registering the same output. So with that done, let's trim the beginning and end. As you could hear just a few seconds ago, we have what sounds like the screen being raised or lowered, depending. So we want to get rid of that. So he starts talking roughly about here. So with this tool, it's called the selection tool, you're going to click and drag to highlight the stuff that you don't want, and then come up here to the cut tool and just click, and it goes away. So now when we start,
we're concluding the book of Mark.
There we go. It starts right when he starts talking. And we'll do the same thing at the end. Let's see what's going on here.
That's the options. Let's pray. Father.
Okay, so let's pray, which was where?
Let's pray.
Okay.
Father.
So right here, we're going to highlight to the end. Same thing, hit the cut tool, delete it. So we're all trimmed up and we're ready for export. So saving a file like this doesn't actually save an audio file. It saves an Audacity project file. So we want to export our audio by hitting export audio. We're going to choose where it's going to go. In our case, I'm just going to put it in the music file. I don't really know where it's supposed to go, but it should all go into one place on your computer, so you know where they all are. So we do that. All of these standard, we're going to do MP3 if that's not already highlighted, and all the standard settings are fine. And let's rename it, because somebody named this with commas, and that's just not going to work for web, because this will end up being the end of a URL, the address for a website. So commas don't really play nice. So we're going to do 2017. Instead of spaces, which are also not the best way to do things for web, we're going to use underscore. So it's the 9th, and it was on September 3rd. I don't know the title to this, but this is where the title would go. Here. And then lastly, I would recommend putting the speaker's name. So in this case, it was Mark Stanford. And I would recommend having all of your files named the same way with all three of these, so that in the future, when somebody's looking for something, they might know the date, or they might only know the title, or they might only know the speaker. But if all you have is September the 9th, you're going to be listening to an awful lot of audio files to find the one that they want. And the other thing is too, to think of the future you. 5 years from now, you might not remember which one is which. And 5 years from now, you might not even be doing this this job. So the future you might be somebody else. So think of them too. So anyways, we have this, we're going to save it out. This brings up a box for the meta tags, and I would recommend filling this out. So artist name, let's say it would be a speaker. This would be the sermon title. If it's in a series, maybe put that in there. The year. I'm not going to fill this out, but I would definitely recommend doing this because this is the metadata. When you download this file and import it into something like iTunes, this is where all that information comes from. Or if somebody puts it on a disc, plays it in their car, certain vehicles will even display the track name and all of that stuff. So it's just handy for people to know the information so they can get to the one that they want. So I would definitely recommend filling this out. Once you do, hit OK. This is a roughly 20-minute sermon. Shouldn't take too long, but depending on your computer, it could take a little bit longer or shorter. So let me bring up. So if I go back over to music, we should see it. And here it is. So now we have an MP3 file ready to be uploaded to the internet. And in the next video, I'll show you how to do that.